Hello everybody and welcome back to the second transformation guide on Galaxy Shuttle. So in the last video we focused on the rocket modes, so today we will be focusing on the train modes. So like last time, just go ahead and get all the accessories off this guy and we can go ahead and get him into his train mode. So very similar to rocket mode, you want to start by folding his wrists in, spinning the elbow around, bringing it forward, and then that black tab right here will grab into that slot right up here, just like that. You want to make sure that this little hook here is like in the front, and then you can untab this and just swing this whole section forward. So go ahead and do that on this side. Fold the wrist in, spin the arm around, and grab that tab right there, keeping that hook in the front. Untab that, fold that up. You can then, you want to leave this section here, just leave that alone. You can then unhook his wings back here and hinge that up into place, and those black tabs right here will grab into that white slot. Go ahead and just kind of hold that there, and then you can take the thrusters back here and lift them up in the back, and then that'll unhook them up here. And then these two slots will grab these two tabs right here. So just go ahead and lock those into place. You can then take his wings and fold his wings up like this, and they are incredibly tight. And then that white gap right there will grab onto these long slats right there. So just kind of fold that in and lock this into place just like that. So do that on both sides here, just like that, and lock it into place right there, just like that. Is that grabbing? Yep, just like that. There we go. Okay. So now that that is all done back there, we can come to the front and we can fold these little skirt pieces up. And be careful with these, it is kind of known to break right here. So just be careful with it, just like that. So we can straighten the legs up and we can untab the feet. You kind of have to push them in and pull them down to unhook that little nub right there. And it will grab, that hole will grab onto that post. So just fold that in, do the same on this side, fold that in. And then you can grab this whole section here. I like to hold it here and just kind of push on the side of the knee here, like that. Pop that out, hinge that to the side. And then for train mode, you want to come down in here and grab this little piece. Fold that out, and then you can spin this around, just like that. So let's do that on this side. So just unhinge this. Doesn't want to unpeg. There we go. So just kind of hinge that out to the side. Grab this down in here. Really difficult to get in there. Fingers are too big. So just pull that out. And then spin this around. And it only spins the one way. It won't spin the other way. So kind of get to that point. And then you want to take these two white tabs. We'll grab those two holes in there. So just peg these together. As well, actually on train mode, that little tab up here will go into that hole over there as well. There's two on the little, this thing, little spotlight thing. So just kind of squeeze this whole section together, make sure it's all tight. And then we can hinge these back, and it'll kind of, that little indent there will grab right here. But you also want to make sure that this little white section goes up under this piece. So just kind of hook it right there. Give that a good squeeze. And then you can pop these sections out. Make sure that all went together there. So kind of hinge those out to the sides, and then you can take these sections and spin them down and around here, or this way. Spin it down and around. And then fold this down, and it'll grab onto those two tabs as well as this tab here, and it'll kind of lock the whole train mode together. Just like that. Do that on both sides. And then the finishing touch is come up here. I just kind of push on these two sections here with even pressure because this is two separate pieces, so they will try to separate. So it clicks once, clicks twice. There we go. And that is Galaxy Shuttle in his train mode. Very cool. Definitely like how this looks. It goes from mostly white to almost solid black. But very cool. So to get him from train mode back to robot mode now, where I like to start here is just push this section up all the way. It should click twice. And then you can take these sections and just kind of pull them out to the side like that. That just kind of gives you some more clearance to get these around. Fold these back. Then I come in here and I untab the wings and straighten them back. And then you can untab the thrusters, fold it back, and that tab will just go into that slot. And then this will fold up and it'll grab right up here and it clicks into place really securely, just like that. And then before we do much more with the wings, what I like to do is the legs. So just kind of wiggle this all apart, just like that. Hinge these down to the sides. And then separate this. Mine already did, but if yours didn't, just go ahead and separate it. And then fold these sections in and spin it around. Let's do that on both sides. Fold that in and spin that around. You can then hinge the legs down, and that big black tab or big black rectangle piece right there will go into that section right here. If we can get that to focus. There we go. And it'll just lock into place. So hinge both legs down into place. You can then, with these sections here, see how they kind of have a little bit of wiggle to them? You want to wiggle them forward like that. And when you fold this in, what that'll do is this white tab will grab into this back slot, not the front one. So you kind of want it to have just a little bit of angle here. And then do that on both sides. And then you can come back here and you can grab his feet. Kind of hard to get down under here, but pull his feet out right here. You want to fold this down and you can kind of pull the foot a little bit, and that will, this little nub will go into that hole and lock into place. Let's do that on both sides. Right there. Then you can fold the skirt pieces down. And then you can untab the wings here using that double hinge. These two will lock in to those slots there, just like that. You can then take the arms and fold them down, and they will click into place on that piece really securely. So go ahead and click those into place. You can then fold the arms forward and fold his hands out. Spin the arms around and just put them down. Do that on both sides. And that is it. That is robot mode. Very cool. Alright, and so for Victory Shuttle's, or Galaxy Shuttle's final transformation here, we can go from train to rocket. So to go ahead and do that, you just want to squeeze these two front sections together, and be careful because they are two separate pieces, so they will try to separate on you. So it should pop twice, just like that. Then I come over here and just kind of hinge these pieces out to the side, spin these pieces back and around, and then you can actually tab these in down here. So fold them the opposite way there. Then you can wiggle this whole section apart and get that all separated, and then wiggle this section apart, fold these pieces back in. You can then tab that back together and spin the nose cone around. So that's what you're seeing there. Then you can just fold these sections back how you had them. Go ahead and close that back up, just like so, and then just squeeze that all together there. Then back here you can untab the wings and fold them out on both sides. And then you want to come back here, unhook the thrusters, and then fold these black sections out, just like that. Fold this whole section back, and that will kind of grab under these little hooks here, just like that. Kind of put that into place there. You can then kind of wiggle this piece between the two arm pieces here, and you'll tell you got this right if you can squeeze these and you can't get that out, and then lock that back in. Then just clip these little pieces in, just like that, and you are now in Galaxy Shuttle mode. Very, very cool. Alright, and that is it. I hope that guide helped you out. If it didn't, and it didn't show you the specific transformation you were looking for, make sure to click up here, and right up here, and you will be able to see his shuttle mode transformations. And I hope you can find what you're looking for there. I hope those guides helped you out. If they did, let me know with a like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and have a good night.